Welcome back to Sat Nav to Life. Off we go. 10 minutes today you get. There you go. Timer is ticking away. Subject this week, hoarding.
Oh, before we start, we've got a special guest, Salva Paws.
That's part of hoarding, isn't it?
No.
What? I mean, look at him.
Look, listen, he's enjoying the sunshine. He was until you moved him. Our
It was like a puppy. You could put his arm up and hand up his arm.
Excuse me, this is children.
So
This is Salva Paws.
Right. This is part of your hoarding.
No, don't hoard teddies. He's what hello folks. No, he's what I put my head on when I have.
It's a teddy pillow.
It's a teddy pillow. That's it. It's a teddy pillow. Yes.
Further back I go, my mind's like, oh, hang on, door's shut. Bye, dog.
I don't let the dog in. You talk about your hoarding, I'll let the dog in.
My hoarding? You're not going very well. This isn't professional, is it? We've lost 9 minutes. Sorry about this.
Right, go on then. Oh, shoot. Let's talk about accident and emergency and waiting times.
I was going to start again, but
No, just
with that driver. There's a hazard there. There's a step.
Oh, my toe hurts. Anyway, go on, hoarding. Okay. Mounting up injuries. I'm not hoarding them.
For the benefit of the viewers, so it's gone all red.
This is what happens when you do an inopportune.
Impromptu.
Oh yeah, that's what we called
What was you going to say?
inopportune.
Inopportune. It's not even a word. Well, I suppose it is, but don't mean what you think it means.
What does it mean? I thought it meant like inopportune was something you did spontaneously. Anyway, hoarding. Hoarding.
So I've been to a hoarder's house.
Oh, so have I. So have I. That's the same person.
And
It was
they open
horrible.
the door and it's all little tunnels and
Yeah.
stuff to each room. But it was immaculately clean.
Yeah, it didn't
Despite
smell.
tonnage of stuff.
Yeah, it didn't smell.
So, but I've been to quite a few hoarders for work, and some of them can be really bad and grubby, and they don't let anything pass at all.
Yeah, so it comes into the category of, is it a mental health issue? Is it just a consumerism issue? Or is it just for pleasure? Well, I don't think anybody hoards for pleasure, but I did.
Well, let's go with that route.
What, go for pleasure?
Well, what's the funniest thing someone could hoard? Go into a house and it's just one particular subject.
I can tell you something really funny, right? When I was very little, my granddad won the football pools, not a lot, but enough to have driving lessons and to get a little car. So my dad could drive, that he knew a lot about cars. So my granddad asked if he would go to the garage with him. And this garage was right out in the sticks. Honestly, God, it was like in the hillbillies America, even though we're in the UK. Sorry about America, but, There was these two blokes that must have just lived on their own, and they were like a zillion years old. So my nan asked because I wanted to go to the toilet. I'm like 6. Could we go to the toilet? And we went into this house, which was just scary. Hills Have Eyes, Chainsaw Massacre. And the toilet was up the stairs, right? And we opened this door. It was awful, but stacked miles high. Loads and loads and loads of toilet rolls. Floor to ceiling toilet rolls. I remember my nan getting some toilet roll and wiping the sea. I was just like...
It's just full of toilet roll.
Yeah.
Mountains of it.
Mountains and mountains of toilet roll.
What was the rest of the place like? Why didn't you
Just
say it was
filthy.
creepy then? It was just
It was
really
old
grim.
and creepy and messy, yeah. But this toilet was clean, but it had just like all up the walls were just stacked on top of each other with toilet rolls all over the windows, everything, just open toilet rolls, unused toilet rolls. It was just
I'm glad they weren't
weird.
used.
No, they weren't used. Unused. And I just remember my nan just ripping it off and wiping the seat.
It's like when
and
people go to
tuck-tutting.
supermarkets, isn't it? Oh, I'm not having recycled toilet roll.
Yeah, people think they just wipe the poo off and then package. I just think that's so funny.
In other words, dried and cleaned.
Yeah, it's been laundered.
It's your recycled toilet
Yeah,
roll.
because
It's dried and
it
cleaned.
doesn't say it's been laundered. It just says recycled. Yeah, I know. It's funny how words get misused.
So
But
what do you think? They just went to the shop each day and just brought four
I,
rolls back every time they went out.
well, that was my first experience of hoarding. I didn't know that anybody
So you found someone who hoarded toilet roll. Well,
at the age of 6.
They did it during lockdown, didn't they?
No, it was long before then.
Yeah,
They must have. They must have.
Lockdown. There was no. The first thing to run out was toilet roll, wasn't
They
it?
must have read Notre Dame's and his predictions, not
Just
knowing
what
when
you
the
have,
apocalypse is going to be.
There's an apocalypse. You're gonna run out of everything. Everyone was just like, well, I'm gonna carry on shitting. I'm just gonna have toilet roll.
Yeah, I mean, there's a difference between people that have collections. Like I have collections of horses and stuff like that, but they don't. We're not as if we have to tunnel through them.
Well, yeah, I've seen collections like dolls and
That's creepy. That's a whole
that's
story
creepy.
on its own.
I've seen houses full of dolls.
Oh, I can't stand them all looking at you.
And people who have like playing cards and stuff like that. You know, they can have thousands and thousands of players cards, but then that's collections are different to hoarding, aren't they?
Yeah, but I mean, I do remember that in our town there was a guy that was come from Poland, and he hoarded. And I remember it being in the local paper when he died, and he even put stuff on the walls to stop anybody getting in. But that's more to do with post-traumatic stress disorder from the war, and we don't really know in this day and age about what it's like to go without. I mean, I remember when the Falklands War came, and I thought the Falklands was in Scotland, and I remember my mum saying that in the war they had like
Next to Falkirk.
I know, like yeah, it's in between Dundee and somewhere. She had like an ounce of butter to go around the whole family, and I was just like, how am I going to manage with that? You know, because I really thought the Falklands was in Scotland.
Yeah.
So you can see how people do hoard.
So while they're doing the fighting the Falklands War, you're there going, for freedom!
Yeah, yeah. Free the butter. We need more butter.
That'd be all right. They got iron brew.
I mean, it can. I'm assuming it's just. I mean, what really surprised me was that people in. I heard a radio article where people actually had containers, shipping containers delivered to their garden to put that overspill the stuff they had.
Well, when this, I won't
happened.
say their name, when this person, the council got heavy on them because they lived in a flat and they were
Floor
worried about
below was going.
yeah, they were worried about it collapsing and doing the floor. They then looked into them and realised they had a tendency for free garages. And of course the garages were cubed. Absolutely cubed. They were cubed that much that they had just enough space that as you lifted the garage up there was enough shape for the hinges to go in. But the garages were cubed front to back.
I think.
But the sad thing is, amongst it all, there was loads of antiques and stuff. And it's all lost because the council just skipped a lot.
I mean, in my business, I do see lots of different homes, and it's really interesting how.
So let's turn it on its head then, because, well, you mentioned that. I went to one house, I was invited to go to a house, and if you put a newspaper down on the coffee table, that would have been deemed a right mess. Because their house was white walls, white carpets, and there was a white settee, and there was a white coffee table, and there was a TV. There was nothing else in this room.
Wow.
Nothing at all.
Cool.
Well, that's extreme.
Yeah, that is extreme.
Random noise.
No, it's not.
Noise generator.
No, it's a message from Eddie. Yeah, he's not a hoarder.
No.
No, I think it's
Getting attacked by insects now.
I think it must be sad for the person to be that way. But I think the reason why we're aware of it, as if you think about Tracy Emin that did her bedroom and put it in the Tate Modern, and then you think about how she lived for a year with depression, that was the first time ever anybody really looked inside people's bedrooms, because years ago everybody wanted a downstairs toilet, because if you had an upstairs toilet it meant that people would go upstairs and you have to keep it tidy. So, I remember my mum really worrying about that. So, but I think now, because of this has been opened up, we now have programs of people, and we see how people's lives are, how disrevelled they are. And I think most of it is psychological. I think it is, because people become precious with objects because they mean something. But this isn't a new idea.
What's that quick 10 minutes goes that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
With the finger wagging.
So rather than coming up with a saying, because you keep on about lay-bys,
All right.
tip for hoarding.
A tip for hoarding: alphabet boxes.
What do you mean?
Well, you could put each item under a letter. It is like A for apple, B for book, C for cat if you lost it.
Segregation of your stuff.
Yeah, so if you're I mean, what we haven't looked at is how the hoarders sort their stuff out.
Well, I was just thinking like, so my tip would be, get a bag, shove 5 items in it, and every time you go out, give it to a charity shop.
Well, they're not going to do that.
No. So probably bring 10 items
So
back.
maybe to do it in some classification. Because, yeah. Because if you say, if you went to a hoarder, oh, if you got a catalogue for this, then if they put it under C for catalogues, they'd be able to find it, wouldn't they?
Well, there you go. That's it. That's it, folks.
Sorry, it wasn't funny, but the first bit was when I banged my foot chasing the blinking dog that is now chasing a pigeon.
So next time we'll do a comedy one. Guaranteed.
Yeah. If I was, what thing is, if you could see this floor and all the amount of hoarding I've done, you could see why I tripped. Not true. But it's a nice view. It's better than being in the studio. It's nice to have a different scenery, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll change the scenery now and again. All right. See you on the next one.
Yep. Bye-bye. I'm off to work.